So today I'm going to introduce a very simple recipe for pork bone and melon with using a pressure cooker. And so these are all the ingredients that you need. The first thing that you need is winter melon, which it looks like this, so you can get this at most Asian markets. And then, once you peeled it and chopped it off, you can put that aside. And to prep the pressure cooker, you need onions, scallion, garlic. Um, so basically, you need to chop these into quarter pieces. It doesn't really matter if you use purple onions or yellow onions, as long as it brings out a little more flavor. It depends on what you like. So once you peel them, chop them. Um, to prepare, you need to put some olive oil or avocado oil into a pressure cooker first. So once prepped all the side ingredients, you can, basically put on the satay function on the pressure cooker and then just let those sit there until it, turns brown a little bit. So it looks pretty good now. So you can put it on the pressure cooker for a little longer while you prepare the meat. So I got the 1 pound of the pork bone. You can get these at Asian markets too. These are usually called pai quat. So basically they're pork bones. So they actually use these for ribs, but they chop these into half. These are called the St. Louis ribs. So these are the less fattier one. It's got more meat than the bone. So St. Louis ribs, but they just cut these in half basically. So once you have all these ingredients prepped, the meat, put them in there. So these are the three flavors that you're gonna put in. Um, the most important one is you want to get the uh, hoi 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 chuyo paste. So this paste um, brings out most of the flavor of the meat. You can put 1 scoop or 1.5 scoop depending on how flavorful you want, and then sprinkle some brown sugar onto the pot, usually 1 tablespoon approximately, and then the whole box of the chicken broth. The chicken broth brings out more of the flavor of the meat. So once you put in all the whole box of the chicken broth, you want to make sure it covers to the line of the meat, so all the meat is covered. So when it comes out, it'll become very juicy and it won't be super dry. So you want to at least get to the top line of the covering all the pork bones. And so once you have that, you want to put in the melon after you put in all the broth. So, uh, once you put on the top, these melon, if you put it at the bottom, they will basically melt because once you put on the meat function on the pressure cooker, it will just kind of disintegrate the melon because it's really soft already. So once you put everything in, close the lid, make sure it's locked and sealed. Usually I put it in the meat function and then for 40 minutes. I think 30 minutes fine, but depending on how soft and tender you want for your pork. So once it's done, it looks something like this. It smells really good and delicious. Enjoy.